Hi, this is Arash Jafary with AG Law Practice. All we've discussed up until this point has always been car crashes. One car hits another. But what happens when a bicycle gets in trouble and a bicyclist causes an accident and is at fault? What happens if a car actually hits a cyclist? What are their rights? These are all the things that we're going to discuss today. Let's run over some numbers before we begin. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, there have been 783 bicyclists killed in traffic in the United States in 2017. 783. So let's start. What happens when a cyclist is at fault? Always remember that Georgia is a comparative fault state. So what does that mean? We've discussed comparative fault before at length, but just to give you a short summary, if you're at fault up to a percentage, up to usually less than 50%, then you can still recover something, but your recovery, the amount of money that the court is going to give you or the jury is going to give you, is going to be deducted by that percentage. So let's say that the jury decides you're 30% at fault. And now, instead of your full recovery of, let's say, $100,000, if you're 30% at fault, that would mean that you will only receive $70,000. It's going to be deducted by that full amount. And it's the same thing with the cyclists. Let's continue with some more numbers. 19% of the accidents happen when a biker ignores a stop sign, yield sign, or a red light. 15% of the accidents are caused when a cyclist goes against the traffic, is moving in the opposite direction of traffic basically. 10% of the accidents happen because a biker failed to yield to ongoing traffic before entering a roadway. 10% of the accidents are caused by inadequate lighting reflectors in the bicycle. So it is important to remember that bicycles are considered vehicles under the laws. What does that mean? Let's say that you're drunk and you sit behind your bicycle and you're riding your bicycle. Then you can get in trouble for a DUI or a DWI. Some of the other things that you should always keep in mind when you're riding your bicycle, always remember that you have to go in the direction of traffic, even if your kid is using a sidewalk. Speaking of sidewalks, children under the age of 12 years old can still ride on the sidewalk. But if you're over that age, then you're prohibited. You cannot use the sidewalks to ride your bicycle. Always, when you're using your bicycle, riding your bicycle, go towards the most right side of the road, unless there are some common sense reasons that you shouldn't. One of those common sense reasons, of course, is there's a hazardous condition. There's a roadblock. There's something going on. You should always keep in mind that you should have one of your hands on the handlebar at all times. That means that if you're carrying groceries, if you're carrying other things, you have to have your hand on the handlebar, one of them at least. Speaking of carrying, you are not allowed to have another person sit on your bicycle and ride with your bicycle. That is against the law. Unless that bicycle is designed for that purpose. So that means that it's a two-seater bicycle. It's a tandem bicycle. And there are some other restrictions that also apply, like reflectors. We spoke about reflectors. And we said that 10% of the accidents that happen because of inadequate lighting and reflectors. So in order to prevent that 10%, the law has actually come up with a solution. You have to have adequate reflectors on the front of your bicycle that you can be visible for up to 300 feet. It's the same thing for your back, for your rear. You have to have adequate reflectors or lighting that you can be visible for up to 300 feet. Always, my friends, remember, stay safe when riding your bicycle and stay safe when you see other cyclists on the road. If you have any questions, concerns, always don't hesitate to call. And know your rights and stay safe. Take care, my friends. Until next time.